Hello, my dear students. Welcome you all to engineering graphics tutorial class. So this is the video I am making for the students who are many students are asked me to that for because of the lockdown and all we could not able to get the topics very well, and also some of the students asked me, sir, how to score good marks in the engineering graphics. So for them I had made this video to benefit of the examination point of view. You can watch this video till the end and you can get the good marks and you can easily pass the engineering graphics subject. This is the engineering graphics subject is a wonderful subject. You can score 100 out of 100 easily. In the same way you can chances of failing also, if you know, though if you don't able to understand the tricks, it will be leads to fail in the subject. So let's go to the topic content. So first we will discuss the syllabus. So syllabus is I am explaining it for VTU syllabus, the Visvesvaraya Technological University in Karnataka. Okay, here the module wise we will discuss. In the module 1 we will have the introduction chapters. Here only we will discuss the basics and how to use the software. And in this one we will not get any examination point of view, we will not get any topic and will not get any questions from this module 1. This is just for understanding purpose. Coming to the module 2, in the module 2 we have a orthographic projection of lines and planes. So here the two chapters are there. In the two chapters we have internal choice. In that question we can study any one chapter is enough for examination point. And then module 3, here we don't have choice, this is a compulsory question we are getting from this chapter, that is projection of solids. And then module 4 we have a development of lateral surface of solids is there. And again module 5 is there, that is isometric projection. Again we have a choice between module 4 and module 5. Any one chapter, one module if you study, that is enough for examination. And most of the cases isometric projection is comparing to the development of lateral surface, isometric projection is easier, so that's why most of the cases we will discuss isometric projections only. And next we will discuss the question paper pattern. So how this question paper is given in examination. We have a base 3 questions. We have the first question, we will have the two option, that is projection of lines and projection of planes. Either any question, one question we can attend it from this, and this carries the 25 marks. Okay, that is up to if you know the well concepts in the lines, you can attend the lines, you can skip the planes, you can attend lines and you can get the 25 marks. Or if you practice it well in the planes, you can do that problems and you can get the 25 marks. So what we do, we will concentrate on the projection of planes, because the some of the concepts which helps in the next model, that is the next model we have a projection of solids. So there we need some concept of planes, so that's why most of the cases we will skip the lines and we will discuss only the planes. And next the second question will come from projection of solids, and this carries the major marks, that is a 45 marks. That means almost 50% of the marks will be goes to this module. So we have to give more concentration on this module. And next one, again we have a choice between third question, that is development of lateral surface or isometric projection. This carries the 30 marks. So as we discussed in the syllabus, we will discuss the isometric projection compared to the lateral surface development. This will be easy, and that's why we will discuss the isometric projection and we can secure the 30 marks. Okay, next we will go how this examination conducted, the mode of conduction. So this will be conducted in laboratory, computer lab. This is a hybrid subject, we will conduct in the laboratory. This will have the duration, 3-hour duration, and per day 3 batches will be conducted, and each batch 10 students will be maximum 10 students will be allocated. And then the question paper will be sent by the VTU, and each batch will get the different question paper, and that too the question paper will come 15 minutes before the commencement of examination. So that's why we not predict anything. Each batch will get the different questions. The morning batch got one question, same thing will come for second batch or third batch, nothing like that. Each batch will get the different question paper. And next we will discuss this the mark structure, the scheme of evaluation. this was sent by the VTU. So as I told, in the module 1 we will not get any questions for examination, and the question paper will be sent by the VTU before commencement of examination, and the maximum 3 questions will be asked as like a pattern. We said it, and here also we discuss the marks here. The module 2 we have a choice between lines and planes, 25 marks will be given, and module 3 it have the 45 marks, that is the projection of solids. Again module 4 between development of lateral surface or isometric projection, 30 marks, total 100 marks. And one more thing is here, this is a hybrid subject. Here we have to do the sketching in the sketchbook, and as well as we need to do the same drawing by using software in the computer. If you do both, then only we can get the total marks. So marks weightage, coming to the marks weightage, if you do all the problems in a sketchbook, that carries 60% of the marks, and same way if you do the problems after finishing that sketching, if you do the same problem in computer, you will get the 40% of the marks. So that's why it is for example here the 25 marks is there, that means 15 marks for sketching and 10 marks for printout or in the computer display. And coming to the solids, 25 marks for sketching and 20 marks for computer printout. And the isometric projections here, 20 marks for sketching and 10 marks for computer printout. Like this we have a mark spreading in the sketching as well as computer display. Okay, the furthermore we know that the problem will be solved in 3 steps. In the projection of planes and projection of solids, the problem will be solved in 3 steps. Each steps will carry how much marks, because if you know this concept well, while practicing it will be easy. When the question comes a difficulty, so you can able to manage whether I can pass or not by seeing that this mark split up. You can concentrate on the any one of the steps and you can get the securable marks. So that's why I'm explaining this. In the projection of planes, the first step, if you do the first step correctly in the system as well as in the write up, you can get the 7 marks. And if you do the second step correct, you can get the 8 marks. And as well as if you do the correct in a third step, you can get the 10 marks. Like this, each step will carry the different marks. Coming to the next, if you do the projection of solids, 45 marks is there. If you do the first step correct, you can secure the 10 marks. And if you do the second step correct, you can get the 15 marks. And if you do the correct in the third step, you can get the 20 marks. See, the last step will carry the good marks. And then coming to the isometric projection, 30 marks is there. Here it will have only 2 steps, that is 2 combinations they will give. Earlier it was 3 combinations were there. Now for the syllabus they reduced to 2 combination, that is 2 separate solids they will give. We need to do it in isometric view of those 2 solids. And if you do one solid, you will get the 15 marks. And if you do the second solid, again you will get 15 marks, total 30 marks you will get. Coming to the total marks, out of 100 in the first step, you can get the 32 marks. That means if you do all the problems first step correct, only you can get the 32 marks. And then if you do the second step correct, you will get 38 marks. That means first step, second step, if you do properly, you can get 70% of the marks. That means 70 marks you will get it. And remaining 30 marks will be given for the last step. Okay, here the thing is, here if you do the first step correctly, then we will check for second step and third step. If you make a small mistake or if you make any wrong in the first step, so totally you will get 0 marks. That is why I said this subject you can get easily out of 100 out of 100, and the same way there will be chances of failing also because of this. So first step, that is the most important in. By taking the first step, we need to give more concentration for what doing. While take 5 minutes or 10 minutes extra, no worries, but we need to give concentrate on the first step. This is the major, the tricks I am giving it here. We have to take care very well in the first step. So don't be hurry while understanding the question. If you make small mistake, so you will get total, you will be going to lose the entire marks. So that's why you have to take care well in the first step. Okay, next we will go to the next slides. Here we will going to discuss how to analyze the problem for first step, second step and third step. I am giving the hints here. Coming to the first, projection of planes. In the projection of planes, how to identify the problems. Okay, as I made a tree here, in this tree we have to divide the data for 3 steps. When we get the question projection of planes, we need to divide the data for 3 steps. So what are these three steps? That is a condition for the first step, second step and third step. So what are the things we need to check for first step? In the first step we will check the resting, which plane it is resting, whether the plane is resting in VP or resting in HP. That we need to analyze it. If you make mistake, instead of HP resting condition, if you do it in VP, vice versa, if you VP conditions, if you do it in HP, you will get 0 marks. So that is why we have to take care well in this. And as well as next, shape. So shape, we will identify easily shape, that is a triangle, square, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon or circle, they will give it. So we can identify the shapes easily. And the next one is resting condition, whether the object is resting on the corner or edge or nothing but sides. So this is the major inputs we have to check it for first step. If you identify all these three conditions in a first step, so your problem is almost you are done. So if you fail to analyze this first condition, then it will be difficult. So that's why make sure while reading the question we have to write down the data for this first step. After that, in the second step, we will check the surface inclination. So here in the projection of planes, almost 60 to 70% of problem will be surface inclination they will give, lamina inclination or surface inclination, that is inclined to HP or VP, that depend upon the where you are resting the first step. So vice versa, that is almost. And some of the cases are there, they will give in the front view it is look like that, in top view it is look like that, they will give. So those things will be analyzed properly and then we need to do it. That is for second step. And coming to the third step, in the third step we will get the edge inclination, that is resting edge is inclined to VP or resting edge is inclined to HP, or the opposite, the side opposite to the resting corner is inclined to VP or HP, like that resting edge they will give. And then they will give median, bisector or diagonal inclination. When the median or bisector or diagonal inclination comes, there we need to give a little attention that there will be beta angle. We need to find the beta angle. So if you fail to find the beta angle, if you simply place it, then the last step marks, whatever we said, that is 15 marks, you are going to lose it. So that's why while taking the data, make sure what is inclined to be last step, we have to check it. And then if the median or bisector or diagonal inclination if they give, try to find the beta angle. So all these conditions what I explained, the same condition I had made one more video that is available at the top. You can see at the top it is moving there, or else in the description I given the link, you can watch that link and you can get the idea how to solve the projection of planes, how to analyze the data for projection of planes, and you can easily get those tricks. Okay, let's go to the next step, that is projection of solids. In the projection of solids, same way here also I had made a tree here to solve the problem. That is we need to divide the data for three steps, that is first step, second step and third step. Okay, let me discuss what are the things we need to check in the first step. In the first step we need to check the type of solid. This is the most important thing. This is small thing, but if you make a minute mistake here, the entire 45 marks will be get 0. So what I am telling you here, they will give the prism or pyramid. Many of the cases when I am doing the examination, some of the students they will make mistakes. They know they will do correctly, all the second step, third step they will do correctly, but they get confused while reading hurry because of they are in hurry or being that quite little tension in the examination. They will make minute mistake, that is instead of pyramid they done the prism. Okay, then 0, we will not get any marks in this. So that's why while reading the question, take a little time, 1 minute or 2 minutes to take time, and you make sure what kind of solid they given, prism or pyramid. You divide it properly, prism or pyramid they given. So I am telling you again, instead of pyramid, if you do the prism, you will get nothing. Same vice versa, instead of prism if you do the pyramid, or instead of pyramid if you do the prism, you will not get any marks. So that's why I am repeating again means I saw many cases. Some of the students are making mistake in that. So this looks like simple, but this mistake makes to lose the 45 marks. Okay, got it? So that is the one thing you have to take it in the first data in the first step. And second step, shape we can easily identify square, pentagon, hexagon, and circle means the cone, whatever the shape they given. So this is easily, many of the students will be understanding that. So only 1 or 2% will fail to understand what shape they given. I have saw the cases, instead of square they taken some pentagon like that, instead of pentagon they take an hexagon, like mistakes they do. So that's why make sure what shape they given, that you have to do it. And next one is resting condition. So what is resting? That is corner condition or edge condition. This is the majorly only two condition comes, that is corner or edge condition. If you do it, all this data, if you get it down very well, so aram say you can do the first step easier here, because in the solids it is easier, quite easier, but it takes time because so many points and edges comes. So while drawing it will take time, but concepts wise it is very easy than any other module in this engineering graphics. Okay, these are the datas we have to check it in first step. And next step, in the second step, so here blindly we can get it here 90% of the problem. Second step, axis is inclined to HP only they will give. In second step, axis inclination to HP only they will given. Only the 10% of the problem we have a different case, that is that too in pyramids. In the pyramids we have two cases, that is one is resting on slant edges and resting on slant face. These are the two cases comes there, they will not give HP inclination. So apart from those two, remaining on and one more thing is, that is hexahedron and tetrahedron cube. These three problems are there. In those cases also axis inclination to HP they will not give. That's why I told the 10% problem. And remaining 90% of the problem, second step axis inclination they will give to HP. So easily we can do it. And the last step, in the last step they will give VP inclination, because here nothing to worry about the HP or VP. In the solids, the first step resting condition, second step HP inclination, and third step VP inclination. This is how all the problems will be done in the solids. And here the resting edge, as we know, resting edge is inclined to VP they will give. And next only resting edge is inclined to VP, that is only 10 to 15% problems are there. Remaining and all axis is inclined to VP only is there. That two axis inclination, there is two cases comes. One is they will give simply axis is inclined to VP they will give. In those cases we need to find beta angle, and then they will give appears to be inclined, the axis is appears to be inclined to VP they will give directly. In those cases we need not to find beta angle. This is the two some conditions we have to check it while reading the question. Make sure if they mention appears to be, we need not to find beta angle. If they mention simply axis is inclined to VP, we need to find beta angle. Okay, don't make mistake here, because the last step carries the 20 marks. If you not find the beta angle, you will going to lose the marks. Okay, that's why while reading the question you have to take care well. The same thing, how to analyze the problem in the three conditions. I had made one more video. That video is link is available at the top, or else in the description I am given the link. You can watch that and you can understand the concepts in a wider way. So here I am just giving the hints here. In that video you will get the clear picture. Okay, let me go to the next one, that is isometric projection. Here in the isometric projection, this is like a oasis. This is like oasis. If you get this one, you can easily pass it. If not, you can die. Like this, it will be isometric condition. So coming to the isometric condition, in the problems here, first we need to learn. First we need to practice how to draw the shapes in isometric view, in isometric sheet. So what are the shapes? That is, first one is rectangle. First you need to learn how to construct the rectangle in isometric view. And same way cube, and then sphere. Sphere is very simple. If you draw the circle with the actual dimension, that is enough. Sphere is the easiest thing is in isometric view. If we know the problem number 1 or some problems are there, we have a sphere and cube. If you get that problem, 10 minutes is enough to score 30 marks. So that is that much of easiness in the isometric view. And the same way some of the problems are there, the frustum problems are there. If that problems comes, it will take half an hour. So minimum half an hour to do the sketching as well as in the computer printer. So that is why I said this is like a oasis. If you get the oasis, it will be easy. Your thing is you can get the good marks. If not, gone case. Okay, now you can know how to draw the cylindrical slabs and then cone. And then coming to the prisms, in the prism again we have two shapes we have, that is pentagonal prisms and hexagonal prisms. And coming to the pyramids, we have pentagonal pyramids as well as hexagonal pyramids. These are the shapes we are getting in isometric view. If you know how to construct these shapes, you can get easily minimum 15 marks, you can get it easily, because here they will give only combination of this. Combination means the two, that on the cube rectangle is there, on the rectangle cube is there or sphere is there, on the cylindrical slab a cube is placed, on the cylindrical slab cone is placed or pyramid is placed, like this. Only a combination of these shapes only they will give. If you know how to construct these shapes, aram you can do it in a combinations also. And moreover, if you're not able to do the combination one above the other, construct the two shapes in a different means one to another, next to the next, you can construct those two shapes, you can get 20 marks. If you're not able to do the combination, minimum 20 marks you can get it. And if you do combination, aram you can get the 30 marks. So that is a key hint, because almost all the problems we can, any minimum one shape we can do it easily. This key I am telling for those who are struggling to understand isometric view. So if you learn this shape, how to construct all these shapes, you can easily get minimum 15 marks from this. Got it? So combination, if you don't have time or if you not able to understand how to do the combinations, better you draw the shapes, these shapes in a different way. Only dimension changes but shapes are same in the isometric projection. These are the shapes. So easily you can get the marks in this. Okay, this is how regarding how to score the marks in the different module and in planes or solids and an isometric projection. And next, the major thing is time management. So total we have a 3 hours duration is there to complete the examination. In that we need to divide the time for sketching, that is writing in the sketchbook. It carries 60% of the marks on the sketching, and same way if you do it on a computer and if you take the printout, that carries the 40% of the marks. So that's why while time managing, little interest in this, we need to take care well in writing as well as we need to take care well in computer display also. So out of 3 hours, secure or minimum fix the time 2 hours. So don't take more than 2 hours in the sketching. And because we need to do the same thing in computer, if you not do the computer, only you can get 60%, that is 60 marks out of 100 if you fail to do it in a computer. So that's why, so maximum you fix the time for write up 2 hours, that is the optimum. And moreover, you can take more 15 minutes extra. In the worst case, you can take 2 hours 15 minutes. Don't take more than that, because 45 minutes we needed to do it in a computer, and that too in solids it will take 15 to 20 minutes to solve the problem. One problem it will take, if you are perfect you can do it in 10 minutes only, but because of this lockdown and all, we not able to practice very well in the system. Many of the cases, many of the students, they don't have access to the systems or the computers, so those cases they may face some difficulty in this. So that's why don't take more than 2 hours in the write up. So then take the 1 hour for doing in the computer, fix the 1 hour. In that, the first you do the which problem you know very well and easy, like isometric, easily we can do it, that can be done in a 10 to 15 minutes you can done it. And planes, that also 10 to 15 minutes you can finish it. And solids only time consuming, that one you can do it after these two. So because if you're taking time in a solids while doing, we're not able to aware of time, you can keep on doing it and time is keep on running. Sometimes it will take up to 30 minutes to solve one problem in solids. Many of the students I saw that, and then they are hurry in the last step, they will do mistakes in the computer and they will get wrong printouts, and then they did well in the sketchbooks but they could not able to get the printouts. Then again the chances of losing the marks. Okay, this is why the time management is the most important in this case. you can give 2 hours. I'm repeating again, you can take maximum 2 hours for write-ups and keep 1 hour for computer display. Okay, this is how the time management we discussed, and this is all about the how to pass in the engineering graphics examination, or how to score, how to get the good marks in the engineering graphics subject. I hope you this may help in the examination, coming examinations, and I'm telling you all the best for examination. Do well and you can get the good marks. Not even, don't aim to for 40 marks, you can get around say 100 out of 100. So everyone study well, practice it well. Practice is most important here. If you practice well, minimum you 5 to 10 problems I'm telling uh, for end that is a before examination. You don't practice well or you are very weak in that, you can watch these tips and all. You can practice minimum 5 to 10 problems from each module. Planes 5 to 10 problems, in solids 5 to 10 problems, and isometric 5 to 10 problems. If you solve, that's enough to score good marks in the engineering graphics. If you know the tricks, or if you know this all these tips, time management and tips in the understanding the data, like this, if you know the very well, you can easily get the good marks. If you like this video, or if you got this stuff is good to, or it is useful to you, kindly like the video or subscribe to channel, and you can share to your friends and all. Okay, thank you all, that's all for this session. I hope you all understood very well. See you all in the next class. Bye bye.